Buff Nation, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I've been needing to put this out for a little while. It's coming in massive parts, and that is a full on Shedeur Sanders breakdown against the Arizona Wildcats. Why did I choose this game to kind of do more of a deep dive on? Well, I thought it was one of the best games that we played all year, and this was with having Pat Shermer as the play caller. Granted, this is Sean Lewis's playbook, but we can get an idea a little bit of what Pat Shermer wants to do to set Shedeur up for even more massive success this year. I thought this was a really interesting game. And what's great about it, before I dive into like the 6 or 7 plays that I have for you guys today, I what I love about this game was that even though we didn't get the victory, there's a lot of great moments that we had in this game, as well as there's some things, if we're talking about Shedeur, as is the rest of the team, there's some things that he can do to clean up. If he can improve in these areas, be a little bit more consistent, uh, we're definitely beating teams like this in situations that we have ahead of us in 2024. That's how I see it. So, y'all let me know your thoughts on this as we start rolling, what you think about some of these plays. Some of these plays are going to be great showcases of Shadeur's talent. Some of these other plays are going to be more things that I'm sure him and the coaches are talking about improving on. So let's make my face a little bit smaller and let's just cut to the chase. Let's get to it. So for this first play right here, this is near the beginning of the football game. You're going to see a little slant flat pattern here, and Shore reads this really well. We'll go ahead and run it. This is the type of simple stuff that I want to see us running quite a bit, especially early on, to help Shedeur get in a rhythm. And you see, oh yeah, there's a little RPO action here. And what I love is that Shedeur understands, like, hey, he's got some man coverage here. You see Javon Antonio. I believe that's Javon Antonio is kind of breaking for this slant. Understands he's got all sorts of time to throw and room to make this read, and places it perfectly to where he can catch and run it. Or yes, Javon Antonio. Now Omarion Miller has number 4. Just keep that in mind. So we can go ahead and run it. Forgot that there's this little RPO action at the beginning. You see the linebacker sticks with him, sticks with the run, and he knows that since he's got man coverage over here, he's going to have a great window to throw, and you'll be able to see this is what Shedeur does very, very well, is throwing accurate passes down the field like this. Thought that was a great showcase, and those are the types of things I want to see us doing this year to help him get in a rhythm, to where you give him just 1 or 2 really quick reads, have him make a decision, put defense in a position where he reads. Yeah, he just needs to make a quick read and react. Not as much thinking this year, right? So let's go ahead and get to 431. This is another really nice throw he had to Zay Weaver on a 3rd and 3. All right, let's go ahead and run it. So one thing that I want to you guys to identify is that Arizona, they played a lot of cover 1 back here. So they just had 1 deep safety. So if teams are going to run cover 1 or going to be playing a lot of man against us, I think that's something that we can definitely take advantage of, because we got still a ton of very quick, speedy guys, and some of these guys have some serious size to them. So let's go ahead and run this play. See Zay Weaver's down there at the bottom, getting a 4-man rush. Linebackers drop back in a little bit of a shallow zone, kind of defending those shallow crossers, right? And I love this throw right here. Shedeur sets his feet. When he sets his feet and just fires comfortably like this is when he throws some of his best throws of the game. And I think he's going to be doing more of that this year. This is third and goal here. What I love is that Zay cuts in here. And I guess this wasn't actually man. This is more of like 23 had kind of over the top a little bit. This was a nice little throw. I don't know if you'd call this kind of like a weird cover two. But anyways, Shedeur makes a great throw, understands where the hole in the defense is going to be. And this provides a better angle of just his footwork when he's able to have a strong base. When he plants his feet, when he strong throw or strong step forward, he makes a strong throw. And get like look where his feet are with all of this, guys. Sometimes when you see his throws go errant, you you don't you don't see this alignment to where his shoulders, hips, knees, feet, like everything is going the direction that it should be. And it fires off. He fires off a really nice throw there to Zay, who also makes a great sliding catch, but puts it in the right spot where only he could get it. A fantastic throw there from Shedeur. That was one of my favorite in the first half. Now here's a play where I would kind of count this as a little bit of improvement. Again, I don't really know like what progression Shedeur was given for this, obviously. But this is one where you see Zay down at the bottom over by the 50-yard line, right? Where he could have had Weaver wide open on this seam, but he just holds on to the ball. This was a tough one. So again, you can see that deep safety back there, more so some cover one. He kind of takes a look at our running back. I don't know if that's Dylan. Takes a look at Zay initially. Then seems like he's scanning towards Jimmy and the crossers over here. Maybe that's Travis up there. But if you see here, this is one where I'm sure Shedeur wanted it back, where initially, if he sees these corners staying up, it seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication because you can kind of see this cornerback seems to kind of be pointing. But if he understands like, hey, if these defensive backs are staying up, I got a safety that's all the way over here. That means Zay is going to be wide open on this deep route right here, and I think he looks off Zay a little too early here. Holds on to the ball, and this is like when you hear, "Hey, Shedeur, get rid of the ball." This is I think one of those situations that NFL scouts bring up. Is like, "Hey, this was a play in which he had multiple windows to throw, and I believe we're stopped short. This was a third down play. I believe Jimmy's kind of tagged up on here. Dylan not available. Travis coming across from the left to the right, but you can see Zay in the back just chilling. And this is where, again, I felt like he had strong enough pocket protection or pass protection to where he should have been able to identify where he was. And then, again, just looking downfield, I think, or not Omari and Javon Antonio was a little open too, but I think he was kind of past the line of scrimmage there. That's something, again, one of those instances where you would like to see him identify Weaver being open much quicker than he did. In this case, I don't know if he identified if he was open at all. But again, a lot easier for me to look at this on film than processing it on the field in live time. But let's go ahead and take a great look at this incredible throw. This is what I love about Shedeur is that if he has a bad mistake or bad play, he usually comes back and rebounds from that very quickly. Look at the precision on this throw to Jimmy Horn. We'll go to the 11 10 mark. This is the type of accuracy that is just insane. Again, look at the type of throw Shedeur is able to make when his feet are set, when everything is just aligned. Okay. I'll show you a throw here in a minute where you don't see that alignment. And as it is for every quarterback, you're not going to have as accurate as a throw, but this is going to go towards the corner of the end zone. Jimmy runs this really, really well. Of course, he makes a great catch. Led us in touchdowns last year from the receiving standpoint, I believe. But plenty of room for Shedeur to throw. Takes a strong step towards the corner of the end zone that he's throwing to and layers this in above a defender. Jimmy Horn makes a tough uh, back shoulder catch. It was just absolutely beautiful. This was one of my favorite throws that Shedeur had all year because also it shows off his arm strength. He's making this throw from the opposite hash, and that's something to keep in mind as well. But we'll be able to see his strong base right here again when he's able to plant his feet, shift his weight appropriately. He makes a really, really nice throw downfield. Incredible. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happens when the feet aren't exactly aligned as quickly as they can be. So this will be the last play that we take a look at for this 11:32. Oh, this is actually the next play here. So first down on the next drive. See Shador is gonna and the team they're gonna try and set up a screen here. And this is one where things are kind of out of alignment a little bit. I remember this play. I think that's Hankerson, yeah, that makes that play. But you were able to see that with this screen. Again, this is simple stuff in terms of like offensive play calling, like a screen play. It's nothing too crazy, but it's much tougher to execute, I feel like, than people realize. And a lot of the best throwers in the NFL have mastered how to make these throws look really, really easy. Sometimes the ones that are closer to the line of scrimmage, they could they're your tougher throws in some of these situations. So and you can kind of see the momentum. Uh, it's tough to do when you got guys coming in your face, but there's still enough room for Shador to have uh, a little bit more composure back there where you don't want to see your momentum dragging you away from the direction of the play as quickly as that happened. Want to see him take a little bit strong of a drop back and isn't able to set his feet. See his hips are already kind of out of alignment, kind of going this way when he's trying to throw the ball that way. And not the most inaccurate pass, which again goes to show you, I think, the elite touch that he can put on the football, even if the rest of the body isn't always in alignment. Hankerson still makes the catch. He shouldn't have fallen down, obviously. But this is one where these are, if you're wanting to be that NFL number one draft pick, right? These are the things that I'm really hoping to see Shador get better at this year, which is, having a strong drop back, being able to have your feet in the right direction to where it's your momentum isn't taking you out of the play that you're trying to execute, right? Like these little things like that. So we can go ahead and run more of the play. And Hankerson makes a nice little catch there, but then falls down. So maybe, in a sense, this is one where it could be more like an alley oop type of throw. You put some more air under it, or yeah, something like that, rather than this is kind of thrown a little bit at closer to being like a bullet or something like that. I mean, he didn't put a ton of heat behind it, but you guys get what I'm saying. Maybe this one would have been better thrown with a little bit more touch. And those are the little things that I'm really hoping to see Shador growing this year. And let's end with a positive play. Uh, okay. And again, when he's able to have the right poise, actually on this next play, you're going to see him make another incredible throw. This one to Travis Hunter, be able to find him on that top slot, just showing incredible poise. See, it's not there. Got a guy running towards Shedeur, but again, he's able to set his feet. When his feet are set, even on the move, he's able to wait for that route to open a little bit. An incredible uh, pitch and catch to Travis Hunter. It ends up becoming a really big positive play. This might seem simple, but these are the types of things that I feel like the great quarterbacks, they're doing this consistently where, hey, if your first read isn't there, stay poised. See, and Travis is able to get away. Him being able to throw this, look at where his release point is, at where his feet are going. Again, everything's in alignment. You know, that pass rusher was not part of the play at all with how Shedeur handled that. And those are the types of things that I really love about him is that again, when you see him have a bad play, this was directly like the next play after. And I think that's what makes him a very, very special quarterback. So thank you guys for tuning into this. I will be back with another part or two later on throughout the week. I think I'll make this like a 3-part series on this Arizona game. But again, what did you think about these plays? Where am I right? Where am I wrong? Hey, y'all let me know. Appreciate it as always, guys. Go Buffs.